Hey, Mark.
Hey,
Going
I'm good. How you doing?
good.
Good.
Do you want to tell the people what we're going to talk about today?
Yeah, so me and Dad had some discussions this afternoon, and we're gonna kind of bounce a couple new things onto everybody's not really plate, but kind of show them couple listings and look at reasons why they're not selling. And before we jump into conclusion, go it's price, 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 which that's usually my motto. But we're gonna dig deeper a little bit more and see if there's other things that we see. Maybe the backyard's too small. Maybe it's on a busy street. Maybe the one few streets over sold 50 grand more, 50 grand less. So we're going to dig deep a little bit to see if we can point out certain
Why
things.
your house isn't selling?
Pretty much,
Because,
pretty much.
yeah, because we do get that a lot, right? Where people who are listed, and you've had it, that they're not selling and they're saying, like, can you do an evaluation or something? Like, why isn't my house selling? Like, you've got some requests for that.
Well, I have, and in the last couple of days, I've gotten a lot of comments on because we posted a few videos this week and had a few discussions about properties, in certain ranges. Again, some are selling, some aren't, et cetera, et cetera. We go through that. And I probably got about 5 to 6 comments from 6 different people or whatever. And they says, oh yeah, that's what agents usually do. They usually go in and just tell you a high number to get the listing. I said, well, you're not wrong, because that happens all the time. So, we've seen that, over the years, or 15 years in the business, we've seen a lot of that. So is that a reason? Yeah. We got asked to do a video. Geez, last week I did it for the person, and she communicated that, you know, 3 agents gave me the price of 960. Well, I don't see that property selling at a 960. So I didn't go into details to ask her, or to really, here's where I see the valuation being. I went, oh, well, that's a wrong evaluation in my books, because I should don't give it a 960 at all, due to the street, due to the
The
surrounding,
surrounding area.
the area, you know, close to the 400 where you hear a lot of noise traffic, surrounded by properties that are a lower value. Hers is one of the highest priced properties in the neighborhood. Hard sell. Nice home inside, don't get me wrong, but to me, it's on 960.
Well,
So,
and and I told you, I always tell my clients, I'd rather be the shittiest house on a really good street
mm,
than a really good house on a shitty street.
well, that's it. So,
You bring your value down, right?
right, are there a lot of agents out there giving wrong evaluations? Check mark, yeah, they are. See it. Are they being honest with people? No, I think they're, sorry to say, but I think they're trying to just, let's get our foot in the door, then we'll get them down, instead of being, transparent. We all have the same data. We all have the same tools to demonstrate, solds or what's listed in the whole bit. When I come into a home and do an evaluation, I bring my computer with me. I walk the home the first 25 minutes with the homeowner, going through it, get a feel for it, and then I bring the computer out. Then I show evaluation saying, hey, let's try to look for some comparable properties in your neighborhood similar to your house. And if you can nail it down with features, it's even better, upgrades, etc. But
But don't you think that in a market like this where agents are starving, like our deals in 2023 were the lowest amount of sales in 25 years, and this year isn't looking much better. So don't you think part of the problem, like you have agents that are starving, like they're starving and they're just trying to get their foot in the door?
maybe, but I don't think that's the right approach. In my mind, I think that's the wrong approach. I'd rather lose the goddamn listing than sit there and give a bunch of shit to somebody. That's just me.
I
Right? Where
know.
99% of them would say, oh no, let's feed them a bunch of bullshit. Let's sign them up for a 6-month contract so that we really have them locked in really, really good. And then we got all the time in the world to get them down.
Yeah, we
We'll
just
just,
keep lowering the price.
just keep lowering the price. And this has happened through comments where, you know what I mean? So, and I've asked people who commented, well, where do you get the valuation from? Well, the agent kind of came in and did a little tour and then slapped down 3 pieces of paper, sold listings in the area. Oh, did she go through the square footage? Did she pull out a computer to say, hey, well, this is what this property sold for, here's why? Like, how good of a, like, that's not an evaluation to me. That's not being thorough. So,
Well, and I have a lot of times where I'll go to a listing appointment, they say, I want this.
well, you know my answer to that. So, okay, well, well, then let's back up the computer, go home, because I'm not gonna get you that. I
Yeah.
can't do that in this market. And I just don't want to, you know what I mean? So I'd rather step aside to that relationship than have that relationship fumble and crumble in a sense as the time goes on in the listing going, great, I open house it for, 3 weekends the last month, 4 the month before, this, that, and then come contract time when it's to be renewed. Well, Mark, you know what? We're gonna go with someone else because it just didn't work out. And we know it didn't work out because I went with your evaluation, not my evaluation.
Well, you know what, Mark, and we talked about this afternoon too. It's not always the price.
It's not always the price, but I'm a big believer of I'm a big believer if there's something that has to either impact the price negatively or up, then
Yeah,
why?
but sometimes it's the type of property. There's not a lot of buyers for that property.
Yeah, for sure.
It could
Yeah,
be a specialized property.
yeah,
Sometimes the house and
yeah.
the pictures look great and you get inside and it's nowhere close to what it looked like.
I agree. Or the pictures
Sometimes they
much
smell
better.
like crap.
Yeah,
Let's be real. Like, how many houses have you
yeah,
been in? I've been in some where my client opens the front door and won't even go in.
100%.
Smells.
Yep. We smelt those cat piss days and it gets in the carpet and baseboards and stuff like that. We see it all the time. So to your point, yeah, there's many issues around that. But if you're walking into that type of house, we'll just say, I've walked into one before many times. Well, if it shows like shit, then we got to reflect that in the price.
Exactly.
We can't just go, okay, let's just we'll price this
Well, your
$3 million.
neighbor sold for 650 and you're gonna sell for 650
Not even happening.
because your neighbor, like, you have to adjust for the fact that there's those issues. So you're not getting 650 if his was great.
100%. 100%.
Yeah, I'm
So,
gonna share what I did was I picked a lower price one and a higher price listing.
okay.
And both of them have been on the market over 60 days. One 62 days, which right now in the low price range, that's a long time.
On the low price range, it is. Yeah, it is.
And the other one in the higher range is 222 days.
Right. So, yeah, that's
So I'm going to do the lower one first.
okay.
And we'll go right on Realtor.
Mhm.
So this is a townhouse and it is in a nice area, Barrie.
Yep.
It doesn't show terrible, but it's only 1,163 square feet. So it's pretty small,
It's pretty small.
right?
Yep.
As you can see, like, this is one big thing. If I was a listing agent here, I think I would have changed the layout of this somehow
The
because
fireplace is too big for the room.
yes, the fireplace, if that fireplace is a fireplace that is movable, if it's only electric, that I would have taken it out of there.
Yeah.
Or move the couch in a different manner because, even in the pictures, when I look and I'm seeing, well, geez, the couch is covering the fireplace. It gives the illusion already that it's too small. No?
Oh, 100%. 100%. And the couch is way too big. Look how much it's, this is a better angle where it's going over. You need a small couch to fit that room.
Or
So,
Mark, you know what I would have done maybe? I would have put the couch on this wall and the TV over here, or the TV above the fireplace and the couch in this corner. Because people have to realize that people are looking at pictures and then deciding whether to come.
the room looks small, right?
It
With
looks
all,
small,
right?
right? It looks small. And there's ways to get around those things. And
Yeah.
the first thing, rule of thumb is if the pictures don't look good, people don't make appointments, you're never selling. So you got to try to make sure the pictures look good. And you got to make sure that when people are looking at the pictures, it's inviting.
Well, that's it. And that's where the home searches are starting. They're starting on Realtor. They're coming here first and making decisions. Okay, let's go see this house. So here's a second, go back to that picture. So again, if we're talking about that room and the placement of the furniture, look how much even more smaller that is.
I know.
There's no purpose for that. This couch is over fixturing for the layout. It's way too much. You
Yes.
need all this stuff. So when we talk about being on the market for 62 days, we'll talk about price at the end because I have some feelings on that, but we're assessing the pictures now and trying to find why isn't it selling?
Well, and
room
just as
too small.
exactly, and as an example for people, my listing in Ramara, the first 30 days had like 2,200 views, all on realtor.ca. And my client's like, well, Diane, we've had 2,200 views.
Means
How come
nothing.
no appointments? But sorry, that's the
Start here.
power, but that's the power of realtor.ca. You're getting thousands and thousands and thousands of looks on
Mhm.
that site.
Mhm.
And those looks are important.
Damn right there.
That's the difference between someone making an appointment and not. So you need
100%.
to show it in the best manner.
Okay, so you assess this picture, then I'm gonna assess it. Or do you want me to go first?
You go first.
Okay, so kitchen's very small. So right away, meal prep area is small. You got fixtures here, which you need them, you know, your coffee maker, whatever, your phone, your stuff. There's your meal prep stuff area. It's very, very, not a lot of counter space. So right away I'm going, holy cow. And then where's the pantry? Like if I have a family of four, I need to have a spot where I'm putting food.
Yeah, let me go this picture too, because that's the whole wall
Okay.
of cupboards and
That's
then the
fine.
island.
So better picture that way. And I'm sure it got some, but underneath the island's going to be used for chemicals and garbage bags and cleaners. But you know, the storage space in the kitchen's very small, right? And
Mhm.
I probably, if this was my listing, I would say remove everything. Let's
Okay,
just,
I was just gonna say to you, my photographer, when she does pictures, she will remove everything off the countertops, everything.
yeah, you gotta, I mean, some stuff's okay on there, but not in this listing. It's
Well,
not.
because it's such a small area, you want to at least create the illusion that there's lots of room, and you don't get the illusion here.
No, no, you don't. You
So
don't.
that's kind of mine. And we're not trying to dog listings here or hurt
We're
people,
trying to educate.
and we're trying to help,
That's right. That's
right?
right.
Like, so if you're about to sell your house, these pointers like can help.
Yeah, absolutely.
So my other issue is this here.
Yeah, like
Well,
that
the
table.
table mark, so the light is here, which is where the table is supposed to be.
Right. It's pushed
But
against.
because the couch and the fireplace and everything is over here, you can't put the table in the middle because there's not enough room now.
And the
The
table's
illusion of the table being up against the wall also now gives me the thought that I can't have a proper table here. It doesn't fit.
That's not a proper table for say a family of four that would look at this home.
It's
It's
not.
it's way too big. Right?
And
It
yeah,
has
and
to
it's pushed
fit.
against the wall though.
Pushed against the wall. But even if it came out, then you're underneath, then you have very limited space in here to move around.
That's right. That's what
Blocking
exactly. That's
the
exactly what I'm
door.
saying. So like the picture's telling me that, this is small and tight and, I don't think I can live with that.
No, 100%. So that's
Now
what
the bedrooms, not bad.
bedrooms are fine.
Not a lot of clutter.
Mm-mm.
Shows the big area over here.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Doesn't have a closet. Where's the closet?
Right over here.
There?
Maybe not. Maybe not. True. Maybe not.
I think this was the closet.
Maybe. Maybe. So there's another point that if that's the master bed, go back to if that's the master bedroom, which maybe it's queen bed, maybe. And you've seen a lot of pictures when we see a walk-in closet, the photographer's taking one. He's opening the door, she's opening the door and taking it. So that communicates to, like I'm questioning, is this it right here with the mirror? But I don't know. When we do the next picture, I can't tell if it's this door or not, right?
Well, there's only one door, and is that the semi-ensuite bathroom?
That's the question mark. I don't know. We don't know.
And this is the hallway. Look, you can see.
Correct. So there's another point to what you're saying is that maybe this is a closet. Maybe.
Well,
So
okay, Mark, and look at that house I showed of yours to those people, and your clients had removed the closets. And that
detriment.
was a deal breaker for the
Yep.
person I showed.
Yeah, it's detriment.
There's no closets, there's nowhere to put, I need storage. Everybody looks at a house and they look at storage. It's very important. Storage is huge.
You gotta have a lot.
So another thing is, people, don't blow out all your closets. And if
Yeah.
you did, put them back. I made my clients in Innisfil put them back, put doors on them and
Yeah.
make them look like a closet, because people need storage and they don't want to look at all their crap. They don't want all of their clothes in their bedroom hanging out their closets with no doors. They don't want that.
They don't want that. No, no.
So,
And we
and if,
rarely see this today. We rarely see dressers today.
yes.
We don't see them.
And another thing is, Mark, if you're for sale and your neighbor's for sale and he's got closets and he's got, he's got more space or it looks bigger, you're getting looked over.
100%. 100%.
So this bathroom is cute, small.
Yeah. Yeah.
This bedroom is humongous.
Good
Well, I don't
size.
know if it's humongous, but it's got some big furniture. It looks pretty big.
Okay, so just keep it there for 1 second. Go back to the other picture. Okay. I'm gonna say go back one more time. Sorry, it's my fault.
This
So
one.
again, I'm being critical, but I think it's needed.
Too much furniture.
Much furniture. We have a desk. Okay, if you have a desk, that's fine. Get rid of this. There's no purpose for this end table. Maybe the end table. Get rid of this. You don't need this. It's probably got a closet back here. So when you hit the next picture,
I would have laid this furniture out different. You could have laid it out different.
you could have, but I think the room's pretty rectangular shape. I don't know what else you would do. Maybe move it around a bit, put the headboard there, but I don't know. It's again, it's over fixtured. It's like, holy cow, they're getting into bed. Looks like you're gonna bang your leg on this. Hardly any room in here. How much space do we got back there? I would have probably said take out everything. Take out everything on this. Show the size. This
Yeah.
hurts.
Well, look at here when you see a room that's almost empty. It actually looks better.
Well, in this situation, yeah, you could, and that's probably one of the smaller rooms, but okay, that's the third bedroom. Okay. Makes sense.
Sometimes if it's small and you're going to clutter it with a lot of stuff, you're better off with nothing in there.
Yeah, it's not a bad thing to have one room empty. I mean, they're very over fixtured in the house.
So this is a basement. Laundry. Basement's fully finished.
Okay, so go back to the basement picture then, if it's fully finished, because I'm getting lost. Go
Well,
here.
this is the basement right here.
So where? Okay, so I'm looking.
There's a couch, there's flooring there.
But I'm pretending I'm a buyer, and I'm right now, folks. I'm a buyer looking at this listing for the first time on 5 Arch Brown, assessing if it's going to meet my needs. Okay, where's my TV going? Is this it? So
No, there's a whole other room. Me and you know that. It's just they didn't show it.
there's my point. But again, I'm a buyer. Me and you know that. But does me as a buyer pretending I'm not in real estate? I'd say that's the base. That's why I said go back there. Like now we're in the backyard. Like where's the basement photos? So you've lost me 5 or 6 times already in this home as to why I wouldn't book a showing.
Yeah, I know. Okay, so here, backyard.
Mhm.
This deck thing is kind of strange to me, but I guess they didn't want to close in the windows.
That makes sense. Yeah. Yeah, typical town yard, backyard. Yeah, that's fine.
Well, they don't really show the backyard.
Not really, but we're only assuming there's grass there, which I think we can make heads or tails, but to your point, they really don't show the backyard.
No, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. And why don't they? I don't know.
I don't know, but I think that's important, right? We're allowed 40 some pictures. We're at 22.
Yeah.
Where's the other 18?
Well, okay, so we also know You and I know, exact same, well, same square footage. Just sold. It was listed, it was listed for 33 days. It sold last week. The pictures were vacant. There was nothing in it.
Mhm.
Carpet
Yeah,
throughout. Was listed for $699. It sold for $670.
there you go.
Mid-unit, same as this.
Yep. So we're overpriced. So we're doing a couple things wrong in the listing. Someone needs to go in there, do some staging for one or take some stuff out, right? We
Yeah.
need to get photos more. We need to get more photos up there. There's only 22, put 40 up. Show the different room sizes, show the different angles. I'm really concerned about that basement. Like what basement? Is that it? So get a few angles, get 5 or 6 pictures of that. And the price is wrong. It's not a 729. We're
Well,
not.
well, yeah, I think if you went to $699, it'd probably be gone.
I think so. I think if you do the 699 too, and you get 20 more pictures on there showing the improvements that they've made to the listing in a sense.
And
Yeah,
Mark, even professional stager,
you don't even
yes, even if you didn't do that, if you just laid out the furniture in a different manner and took some out,
yeah.
it
So
would show 10 times better and bigger.
10 times better and bigger. Yep. And I think the 699 would be the right price to list that at. You do those few improvements, that home's going to sell in a week or two. At
Mhm.
least that's a range that's flying off the doors, these townhomes. It's an undersupplied part of the market. And we've been listed for 62 days and really haven't adjusted price. There's a problem there.
Yeah, the price hasn't been adjusted. And you know what, Mark? Nice area.
Great area. Nothing wrong with the area. Yep,
It is. It's a nice area.
it is. Quiet street,
Yep.
right? It's on a main artery. It's off the beaten path. Yeah, just the pictures, improvement of the pictures to show. We have to show the home. We have to showcase the home.
Mm-hmm.
And
So if
there,
you're having problems selling your house yet, you have to look at those factors, and you have to look online on Realtor yourself and look at what appeals to you. I always tell my sellers, Mark, you got to treat your listing as if you're a buyer.
100%.
When you look at a listing online, what ones do you want to go to? No, you don't want the ones that look tight and cramped and like I can't fit my family in here.
No, no.
And I've gone into clients lots of times. I always go beforehand, and they always ask me, what should we do? Should we change this? Should we change that?
Mhm.
I don't think most of the time it's not big changes. It's get rid of this, get rid of that. In Innisfil, we got all the kids' toys taken out.
Mhm.
She says, well, he needs some toys. I'm like, well, just leave one little corner, not a ball pit. And, but it's easy to do. It's easy to do to change some things up just while you're listed and trying to sell. You can put this shit back when it's sold.
100%. Or just when it shows, come take it away. But I think we've given some valid points on that listing. So remember, folks, if you like this content, smash the follow button, give it a like, share it out. And if you have more questions on Barrie real estate market, Simcoe County, give us a shout. But I think this was a really good video to really kind of point out. It was Diane's idea, so kudos to you, because I think it's a really good educational piece to really kind of go, hey, us being critics of the listing in a sense, and we're pointing valuable things out that can only help.
Well,
So
and I'm trying to help the people that maybe are listed and aren't selling,
mhm,
or the people that are about to list,
yep,
to show them what we're looking for,
yep,
what we look at when we look at a listing and we see pictures, what the interpretation is. Like I'm looking at floor space. Another big trick I always tell my client, and I tell my photographer, I want to see as much, I don't want to see a big empty ceiling in the picture. I want to see as much empty floor as I can.
well, that's it. You will really showcase,
So it looks bigger.
looks bigger.
So
Yes.
61 Kingsridge is almost a total anomaly to me. It's been on the market for 222 days. It's 2,156 square feet. I think it started at 949, went down at 9 or 939. It's down to 929 now. For the area, and it's 4 bedrooms, unfinished basement. For the area, that's a cheap price. For that square footage. But it's been on the market for 222 days.
I don't know. I don't think it's as cheap as you think it is. That's me.
Well, 2 around the corner on Taylor sold.
Both had finished basements, I believe, didn't they? Or
Both
one
had finished basements,
big
but
difference.
one was 1,934 square feet, 3 plus 1 bedroom, had a bigger yard. It sold for $965 though, $965. And then another one at 1,866 square feet, only 3 bed,
Mhm.
no basement is finished, but no bedroom. That's almost 300 square foot cheaper or less, and it sold for $914,500.
Right, and this, and so. I
Like
think
the
it's
trick
hard-
is to, hold on, just so we want to tell people, Mark, the trick is to, we don't know if this house has got offers. They might have, and they might have turned them down. So we can't say that there's been absolutely no action because we're not positive. We do know it's at 929 and it's still listed.
Right,
Now, one thing that they can't change that could be a detriment, because I've shown a lot here, and I'll tell you what my client's problem was, the step down.
where, all right.
It's a drop down room, Mark. So when you walk in, there's a step down, then you go to the dining room, there's a step up.
Yeah, right, yeah.
And my one client, Craig, he was so funny. He's like, Diane, I'm gonna kill myself on this. Like, forget it. They liked one in this area with this same kind of issue. So if you have little kids too, right? Like those drop offs in sunken rooms, you got to be careful on those, eh?
You're not expecting them. And I had a house in Eaglestone that had them. You had to, people would come into the main family room and whoa, I didn't realize the step. They almost lost their balance. Right.
Yeah.
It is.
So this is level here, but the dining room is raised. But if you look at the pictures, Mark, it's got a white kitchen, stainless steel appliances, slate floor, eating kitchen,
Mhm,
huge storage and pantry,
mhm.
huge storage. It does have that old California ceiling thing up there.
Mhm.
So maybe changing out some light fixtures to make it look a little bit more updated.
I don't know what this paint looks like. It's a bluish baby, not a baby blue, but like almost
Light
like
green.
or a green. So change it. Go to a nice gray owl that would blend in well with all these, what you got going on.
Yeah. Cause like the backsplash is just white subway tile. It's basic stuff. Like, I don't know, I think this is open to the kitchen area, but again, I think it's right here, isn't it?
Yes, I think so. I think so. But again, it is, but you can see
Can't
right.
tell the layout.
Right. So let's talk about that before we go on. So if we're having problems figuring, because everyone's looking at it from a standpoint that I'm a buyer here and I'm trying to get a gauge for the layout. Right. I'm trying to understand what the layout's doing, how I can function this, where am I going room to room. I find it's not showing me that as I go through this listing in detail.
No,
Right.
and the pictures are definitely professional, but
Yeah.
I'm having a bit of a time. You see here?
Right. Yeah, I don't like that. That's someone's, again, if someone has again, why doesn't grandma and grandpa come over? I'm worried about grandma and grandpa coming and taking a spill on this.
Or my 2-year-old.
Or your 2-year-old coming running around and doing a big face plant and losing all his teeth.
Yeah. I
Right.
mean, that is a bit of a detriment, and it's not like there's nothing they can do about it, unfortunately. But some of those things, when you're looking at a house, if there are those detriments, sometimes, yeah, you got to lower the price for somebody to take it on. You see, like that's by the front door, boom. I don't know.
That seems, That's a few inches. That's a big step.
I know.
You know, and a friend of mine missed a step in the wintertime, just one step. Well, let's just say she's got 20 pins and a big plate in her leg right now.
I know.
That could cause a big accident.
Well, like I said, the one clients, we saw 2 or 3 models like this, and the one, they loved the house, but that step was a deal breaker.
Yeah.
They had a 1-year-old. She was pregnant as well
Yeah.
for her second one. And they're like, how are we going to live with this thing with like 2 kids under 3 years old?
It's not going to work because of this.
They didn't want, yeah, they were like, we don't even want to get into it. And he said, I'm going to kill myself. Forget about the kids.
Right. This could be a detriment. Yep. Big time. It is. It could be for a lot of younger families. And that area is a really predominant family neighborhood, right?
Mhm.
People
So
like
this
to,
is just basic and cute.
yeah, it's
Laundry
fun.
room's okay.
Yeah.
The master bedroom's actually really big.
Yeah.
And it shows well, like they don't have a lot of crap and it's not really
No.
cluttered.
So they show the closet.
Big walk-in. Bathroom is
Yes.
huge. I've been in these. It's huge.
It's huge. Also needs some updating,
Yeah.
right? Like that.
Well, you know what? It's hard for me to say on this one because the ones I've been seeing in here, a lot of them were pink or green.
The area is 25.
Yeah. But black, some people like it.
I don't.
I know. But if you put a nice blingy light here, a nice little blingy light up here, real fancy dancy, we do barn board or something around there.
You could dress it up.
You could dress it up a bit for a little bit of money to help it out, right?
I'd even get rid of this. I'd just do one glass door. I'd call the glass object guy comes
Yeah,
in.
get rid of the whole thing.
Because it screams, you come in this, when you're looking at this picture, you're looking at a lot of this is builder stuff. You're
Yeah.
thinking dollar signs. Oh, geez, I need to put 30 grand in there. No, you don't. You put 5 grand in there.
Yeah, you can, and it would look nice.
You really do something.
Another good sized bedroom.
Keep it there for a sec. Go back. So, yeah, it's a great size bedroom. Nothing wrong with the bedroom size. But if you got these old white ceiling fans, get
I
rid of them.
know.
They just scream age.
They do.
Back to 1990. Get rid of them, right? Go to Costco, buy your $35 flush mount, LED, looks great, lots of light.
And Amazon, you can buy lights so cheap too.
You can.
Amazon's great. I mean, I remember when I bought my house, the first thing I did the first week, I got rid of the 3 ceiling fans. Nobody uses ceiling fans anymore. We have central AC, okay?
You can get a nice updated ceiling fan. I bought some for Aversion. I got a nice black one. I'm going to put
Yeah.
one on, but it doesn't look like it's 30 years old.
Yeah. Yeah. And lighting is something that you can fix and change, and it's not expensive and it's not hard to do, and it changes the whole house.
Mhm.
This is another bedroom. So there's 4 bedrooms upstairs. All the bedrooms, like, they don't seem like they're a terrible size.
No. I think the footprint is good, but so here we come again.
I know.
So we're at the 929. We have 226 days. Now I'm going to put the real estate hat on. Okay. I'm thinking it's price because this isn't, it screams, especially in the bathrooms, even though, you know what, we can, get a new vanity, spend $2,500 at $3 grand, get a new vanity.
Well, the problem is, Mark, kitchens and bathrooms are the most too expensive ones to update.
4 again, less than $5 grand so let's just say $8 grand for both bathrooms to do it. So people are looking at this 929 price point, and trust me, they're looking at the one that sold for 875. They're looking at the one that sold for 965 with the big lot. They had some nice updates in that, and they were fully finished.
Yeah.
So more square footage.
This one's more square footage. Well, the other thing this one has, so the basement isn't finished, so there's not much going on down here. The nice thing is it's pretty clean. It's not really cluttered. Backyard has a pool. The other ones did not have a pool. Now, for all the people out there listening to us, if you're still here, pools can be detriments or they could be a drawback. Okay. Not everybody wants a pool. In COVID, all of a sudden, everybody wanted pools, but not everybody wants them anymore. So it can actually be a detriment because people don't want to have to take care of it. The other thing with a pool is, in this house anyway, it's a beautiful pool, don't get me wrong, but they got rid of nearly all the grass.
There's no space, right, Lau? So if I'm a buyer, I'm putting the buyer hat back on. Okay, square footage in the house can work. Love the area, can work. Got to spend a little bit of money in the bathrooms. If I want a pool, that backyard's not working for me. If that means I have to go up 50 or another 100 grand to get a bigger backyard or something in a ravine, maybe, but you could be spending more. But not that much more, because I think there was one on Blue Water. I think it was 2,500 square feet, all brick, sold last week for 1,089,000. I think it sold in 4 days. So 100 and then much, real nice, again, same neighborhood in a way, just some amenities a little bit better down there, close to the beach, nicer street. I don't know. I think this could be, you know what I mean? It has some pluses, Diane, but it also has a few negatives that we're seeing more as we go through the listing.
Yeah, and I think as a seller that you have to adjust for the negatives. Do you know what I mean? Like if your house is on a hill, if you're on a busy street, if you have a pool, like there's a lot of things that, you might say, well, my house is the exact same as my neighbors, but they have 2 parking space or 4 parking spaces and you only have 2. That's a detriment.
You have a sidewalk. You have the sidewalk on your street, on your side.
Or one of those walkthroughs, what are they called?
Catwalks?
Oh, yeah, you have a catwalk right beside. Like
Right.
there could be little detriments that to you, because you live there, mean nothing.